And it doesn't change, it doesn't get better. If one more person tells me it's going to get better, I'm going to show them what getting better would look like. I think it might be better if I could take this out on your sorry ass. But the one thing I want to say again and again is that I attract all different types of people to my ministry in all different types of spiritual paths, and I've always been respectful of that. I figure people know exactly where I stand, and the Bible says they're going to look at me and see something different about me, and they're going to be drawn to that I don't have to hit people over the head with my theology. But I will say, I have gone through the last 30 years convinced I was God's favorite. That I honestly think I am the coolest thing God ever created. And the only thing that was competitive were my 3 kids. And it has served me very well to go through life like this, especially in the last decade, when I've taken so many risks in my ministry. And all I can say is, as God's favorite, I lost my kid. How do I still think I'm God's favorite after he lets that happen? Or in the majority of people's theology, he did it. He plucks us off the face of the earth like grapes. The Lord took them because he needed them in heaven for something. Really? What, to change his tires? You know, I mean, what did he need? He needed a new angel? We don't become angels. That's screwy theology. We live in a sick, dying, demonic environment, and everything gets killed eventually. And unfortunately, I fall into the category of someone who lost their kid. And I don't feel special, and I don't feel, well, I don't want to say I don't feel cursed, but I feel a little cursed. Because now I have I could lose my other 2 anytime feeling, when 2 months ago I never would have believed it for a second. Not with my relationship with God, and how many times I'm convinced he told me my kids were protected, and, you know, well, kind of weird when I pray for my kids now and say, God, please protect my daughters a little better than you did my son. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. But the one thing I know is that I have had the most foundation-shattering experience a human being can have. And I'm standing in the exact same spot I was before it happened. I'm a completely different person, and I have a lot more issues. But my faith was rocked. My faith was attacked. My faith was ravished. My faith was challenged, and my faith was mocked. And it's intact and never wavered. Not once. Not once. And all I can say is that considering what a flighty, attention deficit airhead that I am, to have the only thing in my life that has stayed a constant be the one thing that everyone else looks at and says, that's the one thing I think would go first, says everything. And all I can say is, my Bible says that Jesus Christ is the author and perfecter of that faith. And good. Because I would have walked. I would have walked with something bigger than me and stronger than me and better than me and clearer than me hadn't held me together. Anyone would have. Why would anyone believe in anything when this happens? Well, because it's present and making it okay and getting you through it. And once again, I look back and I see me scrambling, me complaining, me fighting, me struggling, and Jesus just being Jesus and being perfect and amazing and being there and never once criticizing me. Never once criticizing me. I met with a minister and I made an off-the-cuff comment that I don't think was out of line on any level. And he yelled at me. He said, "You can't even talk like that. You're a minister." I said, "I'm not a minister. I'm a father who lost their son. And I can say whatever I want." I said, you know, maybe a year from now, let's deal with my vernacular. But how about right now, we just counsel me? And he goes, I'm not counseling someone who talks like that. No. I said, well, your theology sucks. I said, if you can't get that I'm sincere in the Lord and I'm being exposed to truths that normal people don't get exposed to, then maybe I should counsel you, brother. So thank you all very, very, very much. I appreciate it. We have a ton of food. We have cheesecake. Well, I have cheesecake, and you guys can have the crudité. But really, thank you all very, very much. This is where you applaud me. Okay. And, okay. Just make sure everyone did it. And I will shamelessly ask you guys to support my ministry any way you can. There's a cheesy tip jar there. There's ways on my website. I'm just trying to raise as many pennies as I can to get my whole project up. But if not, just come back in a month on April 6th. I'll do part 2. And by the way, part 1 was the lighthearted portion of it. It now goes down the rabbit hole. Thank you all very much. And hug the people in your life and tell them you love them, because you never know. That's it.